President Obama announced major changes to U.S.-Cuba policy, normalizing relations between the two countries for the first time since the Cold War. The U.S. will, for the first time in decades, open up an embassy in Cuba. That means that there will be able to have formal diplomatic relations between the two nations. That means there will be an ambassador to Cuba, which there has not been in decades. Right now, there is an interest section that the U.S. has in Cuba, meaning that it routes all talks with the government through the Swiss government, which is used as an intermediary. This also means that it will become easier to travel to Cuba. The U.S. will expand travel under 12 categories. They include family visits, journalistic activity, educational activities, religious activities, public performances, and other cultural exchanges. This means that more Americans will be able to travel to the island, and the administration wants to make it easier to facilitate business relationships between Cubans and Americans. Cuba has been listed as a state sponsor of terrorism since 1982. On Tuesday, President Obama ordered Secretary of State John Kerry to review whether Cuba should actually remain on that list at a time when the U.S. faces terrorist threats from groups such as the Islamic State and Al-Qaeda. Many people are wondering, will you be able to bring back Cuban cigars from Cuba? The answer is yes. Under the new regulations, Americans traveling to Cuba can bring back $400 worth of goods, not for resale. That includes no more than $100 worth of cigars and liquor. Cigar retailers are trying to figure out the new rules, but it appears as though they will not be able to sell Cuban cigars, and if you bring them back to the U.S., you cannot sell them.